girls, my name's Jade and today I'm going to be teaching you how to do Russian eyelashes. We're going to go through a bit of health and safety, all about the lashes and how to correctly place them onto the natural lash and everything you're going to need to start doing lashes, all the equipment, the consultations before you even do the client. So, have any of you done lashes before? No? No, that's absolutely fine. We're going to start from the basics anyway, so that's absolutely fine. You have a manual, you will, to go through after this session. You can always go back to it, even if you've been going for years. I even go back to it myself, just to, I don't know, refer if you forget little bits. Like, I've been in the business now, 7 years? I've been doing lashes 5 years, and even now I still do sometimes forget the odd things, but that's absolutely fine. Right girls, I'm just going to tell you a little bit before I do start the session. Just as you came through the front door, there's a door on your left. The toilet's just there, so if you ever do need to go to the toilet during today's lesson, just pop your hand up or ask me and you can go at any time. If you do need to stop for a break or anything to eat, that is fine as well, but we are having a half an hour break in between the lessons, so don't worry if you don't have one. So today we're gonna first, what you're gonna need to perform lash extensions. So I'll give you a little look of what you're gonna have in your kit, okay? So you'll get your mannequin head to practice. This is what we're going to practice first on. You'll get the strip eyelashes that you pop on the mannequin to basically pretend that it's a natural eye. You'll get a set of tweezers. One will be curved, which you will create the fan with, and one will be quite straight, which you'll isolate the natural lash with. These are some lint-free under eye patches, which you apply to the bottom of the lash to stop them from sticking your eyes together, and if you get some little tackies underneath. These are little adhesive wipes that once you shake up your glue and you get a little bit of glue on the tip, then you can just wipe it with the adhesive wipes. It just cleans it. This is your glue. You'll be getting a 1 second glue, which is just perfect for beginners really. A primer, which you'll apply directly onto the natural lash, and this will get rid of any oils, dirt on the natural lash, making sure that the glue and the lashes attach correctly onto the natural lash. This is a cream remover. If you ever need to remove a set of lashes, this is what you'll use. We'll go through how to correctly remove a lash later on. I'll show it to you. This is a little spoolie that while you're going through the lashes, making sure they're not stuck at the end, just give them a little brush. Tape you will apply on top of the iPad, the lint-free iPad. Just, you can sometimes get some little lashes that you can't always get with just the pads. You stick down a little bit of tape. And at the end of your treatment, sometimes the fumes of the glue can be a little strong. So we just pop a little fan on. And this stops the eyes from watering and stinging. Okay. So guys, I'm just going to talk a little bit about health and safety before we move on to a bit of practical. So before you start doing the lashes, you need to make sure your bed's all sanitised. I use just this disinfectant spray all over the bed, making sure all germs are killed. I use couch roll to protect the bed as well, making sure nothing gets on the bed. Also, before you start your treatment, you will need to make sure that your tweezers are sanitised in the barb side before you do the treatment. You leave them in there for about 30 minutes, run them under cold water, and then just get a tissue and dry them with that. For your own health, you need to make sure your hands are thoroughly washed. You can use soap and water, or I use hand gel, alcohol hand gel, just to make sure there's no dirt. You need to make sure you're presented well. You've got clean hair, obviously clean uniform. Your breath doesn't smell, obviously. You are going to be quite close to a client. Literally, they're going to be laying right here, so they don't want to be smelling a smelly breath, do they? Before your client comes in, you can try and ask them to clean their lashes with a lash cleaner, or I clean my client's lashes just with one of these. It's a purified sensitive eyelash foam cleanser. I'll show you a bit later how to use that. You do one pump on each eye. Do one eye at a time, just so it's easier. You pop the brush into the water and swipe through the lashes, making sure you're getting them individually before you put the lashes on. You will need a little dryer just to dry them after. You don't want to be applying eyelash extensions to wet lashes. Also, before you start the treatment, you will need to get the client to fill out a consultation form, just to make sure they haven't got any medical conditions or allergies. You also pop on there the patch test. Before the client comes in, they need to do a patch test at least 48 hours or 24 hours beforehand, making sure they're not allergic to the glue. And you'll pop that on the consent form. What else? You need to make sure your workstation's all clean. It's all dusted. You don't want to be getting any dirt into the lashes. I think that's most of it. You will be given, after you've done the client's lashes, you will be giving them an aftercare leaflet, or you can just say it to them how to look after their lashes, how long they may need to come back for infills, so they all know. Other than that, I think that's all the health and safety. If you do have any electricals as well, like I do, I'll just pop that back and show you. This is a Glamcor lash light. You do need to get them pack tested once a year just to make sure they're not faulty and they're working correctly to the standard that you need them to. I think that's it really. Do you have any questions? No? Okay, great. So, we're going to move on now to making the fans. This is the exciting part. Let's pop this round. Just come round this way. I've just got one length. I'm going to show you one here. So obviously we're doing Russians today, which is fan making. You're gonna take a couple off of the strip with the angled tweezer, making sure they're pinched about halfway down the lash. And then just pinching the ends, making sure they're very sharp. I don't know if you can see that. Can you focus? You want it very pinched at the end and just wiggling the lash. Once you've got that perfect, just gonna pop it into your glue. Just the little tiny tip, swiping it. So it looks like this. Can you see the little bit at the bottom? You've got to make sure the fans aren't too close together. They've got to be evenly fanned out. We're just doing the normal Russians today, but you can do an advanced course which I teach you how to do a mega volume fan. And you can use up to 12D. So 12 lashes placed onto the natural lash. But today we're just going to be doing 4 or 5D fans. Alright. So I'm just going to get you to practice on the sponge just for the next half an hour or so. And then see how you get on with making the fans. And then we'll move on to doing it onto the mannequin, where I'll teach you how to isolate these lashes, making sure you get them onto one natural lash. You don't want them sticking onto the other lashes, alright? So, just get your sponges now and everything to practice, alright? Right girls, do you feel all comfortable now making the fans? Yeah? Are you happy to move on to the isolation and popping them on the actual natural lash? Yeah? Great. So, just move this over a little bit. Pop over here. See the head here. And get your little fan. You're going to go from the top or bottom, prising open the fan, then lightly popping it on, making sure you're not sticking it to any other lash apart from one. Yeah, do it a few more times. After this, I'm just gonna be walking round just having a look to see what you're doing, making sure you're happy with it. Okay, going from the top. Natural lash, yeah. Should something like that. Do you all feel comfortable now to do it on the mannequin? Yeah. Right. I will be walking around if you do need my help. I'll be back in a minute, alright? So girls, I've just shown you how to apply the lashes and how to isolate the lashes. Are you all happy with that on the mannequins? Yeah? Yeah, great. So, later on we will be doing it obviously on the actual people's eyes, but we're just going to have a little break now. Do you have any questions? You all happy with everything so far before we go on our break? Yeah. So after our break we will be doing a quiz at the end, making sure you're happy with everything we've gone through, and then at the end of this lesson I will send you off and you'll have to do 3 case studies that you're gonna send to me. I'll mark them, making sure they're all set, ready for you to go and do them on paying clients. And then I'll send over your certificate and you'll be ready to go. Right girls, that's the end of this session. I hope you've all learned how to make the fans, isolate them, pop them onto the natural lash. We've spoken briefly about the health and safety. In your manuals you will find a lot more in depth about the health and safety. I'm going to send you away with some case studies to do. So you're going to send me 3 case studies. So that's 3 practice lashes on like live people, actual human people, not on the mannequins. I'm going to mark them if I think, yeah, you're ready. I'm going to send over your certificates and yeah, you'll be ready to go. Does anyone have any questions? No? Yeah. No, that's fine. Great. But I hope you've all enjoyed today. It was nice meeting all of you. If you ever do need anything over the next couple of weeks or a few months while you're still getting to know lashes, I'm always here. You can just give me a message. I'm more than happy to give you some extra lessons just to make sure you're absolutely happy doing lashes. I wouldn't want you to feel pressured or feel uncomfortable doing it. Alright? Thank you very much, girls, and I'll see you soon. Yeah, bye.